Hey everyone, KitaSean here. So welcome back to another. Hey everyone, KitaSean here. So welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So we're gonna be talking about the last servant from the summer event. It's gonna be Cerpriestess, basically pretender, bosses. And she's really cute. I really like this design. Her first ascension, super cute. Has Canunos on top of her head, and then she goes to her little bookworm design, and then her swimsuit design finally. Or I mean, technically this is the swimsuit design, but like her sexy swimsuit design, and then her final ascension, very cute. I really love this artist. Mochizuki, amazing artist. Definitely check her out. Her other artwork. But yeah, we have Fairy Knight swimsuit Tristan, Babonce's swimsuit, or Ketku Cerpriestess. I'm just gonna go ahead and just call her Babonce's Pretender, because that's the easiest way for me to pronounce it. But yeah, she's the Pretender, 4-star. And she is a very interesting servant. I don't believe she's like strong or broken or anything like that, but it feels like FGO is setting her up to become a very strong servant. It's just, you know, it depends if they're gonna release like good support for her and stuff like that. But she's definitely very interesting. I haven't really checked any gameplay on her yet. I've been playing around with her and I'm like confused on how I should use her a little bit, to be really honest with you. But I've seen some videos, but at the same time it's like I feel like she has potential to do better. So that's why I'm saying like maybe in the future we'll see some, you know, support servants that it's gonna help her out. But for now, let's go ahead and just focus on her skills, stats and stuff like that, talk about her a little bit. So here we go. So we have her stats, pretty good for Pretender. I think solid. And then Star Absorption 99, MT Charge on attack is 0.59, Generation is 19.8. So yeah, she actually has some pretty good percentages there. And then 1 quick, 2 art, 2 busters, 4 hits on the quick, 3 hits on the buster and arts, and 5 hits on the extra. She is a buster servant, by the way, so definitely want to support her up with buster servants. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out her skills. So her first skill, I guess you can say this is one of the more generic skills in a way, but increase party's attack for 3 turns, 10 to 20%, increase party's defense for 3 turns, 10 to 20%. Pretty low, I guess, but I mean there's just so much going on with her. They're the reason why it's so low. But extends party's buff duration of HP regeneration, MP regeneration, and star regeneration by 3 turns except removable buffs. Extends all enemies debuff duration of poison, curse, and burn for 3 turns except unremovable debuffs. So if you have a support servant with her that inflicts burn, poison, or curse, that's gonna last a little bit longer. And then of course again, if you have any heals or MP generation, star generation on your party, that will last a little longer as well. So that's a very unique skill in my opinion, and I actually like that. That's really cool. So it definitely helps her out as well because it extends herself. And then second skill, removed 1 enemy's buffs, reduce their debuff resistance for 3 turns, reduce their critical attack chance for 3 turns, reduce their MP gauge by 1 every turn for 2 turns, unstackable, and then charges own MP gauge 20 to 30%. So the debuff resistance 20 to 30, same thing with the crit chance 20 to 30. And then the third skill is increase party's MP damage for 3 turns. So that's gonna again help her because, you know, Buster, you want to do more damage, gain critical stars, so 5 to 15, and then increase the MP damage of allies with Wrath of Enshrined Deity stats for 3 turns, and charges the MP gauge of allies with Wrath of Enshrined Deity stats by 20%. Sorry, not 20 turns. That's broken as hell. We'll get into this as we scroll down here. But passive skills, this is where it gets very interesting. So passive skills: magic resistance EX, writing EX, heredity creation D, you know, the typical, you know, basic stuff for passives. But once we get into number 4 and number 5, this is where it gets like, whoa, what's going on here? So if you are on a session 1 and 2, basically this one and this one, Then you get this first passive, so increase the MP generation rate of allies with chaotic alignment. So whoever has chaotic alignment in the party will get an increase of 5% of MP generation. And then increase the MP generation rate of allies with good alignments by 5%. So if they have chaotic or good alignments, then they'll get that extra 5%. If you go on to the third ascension, which is this one right here, the sexy one, you get the bottom effect or passive. Increase the MP generation rate of allies with chaotic and alignment 4%, and then MP generation rate with good alignment 4%. So the MP generation rate goes down to 4%, but you also get an additional passive 500% chance to grant party on defense active buff, including the sub-members. It grants them with Wrath of Enshrined Deity buff for 1 turn when taking attack while self is on the field. So basically, when your party members get hit by an attack, they'll get this this passive buff, Wrath of Enshrined Deity, and then this Wrath of Enshrined Deity increases critical damage for that servant. And not only that, you get this as well. So that's why this third skill is very important to have with her third ascension. So very interesting why they did that there. But yeah, this is again, you're most likely going to keep her at her third ascension. Like, personally, for me, I want her at her first ascension because I think it's really cute. But in order for me to get that that Wrath of Enshrine buff, you need to have her at her third ascension, which again, I personally am not the biggest fan of, but at the same time, like, I just want to use the first ascension because it's so cute. Hopefully in the future they'll have some kind of support that allows you to use the first ascension to get those buffs and then maybe change into the third ascension, like some kind of ascension changer. That'd be really interesting, I guess you can say. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. It's gonna be some crazy setups. I can see so many crazy setups actually. But anyways, it really depends if, like, other servants also have like this kind of like hey, I have this buff on this ascension kind of thing, So yeah, it's very interesting how they set her up like that. This is actually one of the reasons why I'm not really a big fan of using this version of Babonsis. But again, I just think it's very interesting though. Then her third append skill is against berserkers, and then MP. So MP is the buster type. It is AoE, but activates first before damage, recover own HP by 1000 every turn for 3 turns, charges own MP gauge by 10% every 3 turns, and then gain critical stars every turn for 3 turns. So all this right here will of course get that extension if you use the first skill, so remember that. And then deals damage AoE again, and then deals 150% extra damage to enemies with man attribute, which every freaking enemy and servant in this game is man attribute basically. Inflict curse with 2000 damage for 3 turns, and then inflict poison for with 2000 damage for 3 turns, and reduce their attack by 50% for 1 turn. So again, this will go in effect if you use the first skill along with the MP. And yeah, I mean, damage wise, not the greatest, but it's something. And they increase own buster performance for 1 turn, and this activates first. So if anything, I would probably do an MP upgrade on her because that damage is just very lacking in my opinion. I mean, especially for a buster servant. So hopefully they can maybe buff that one day in the future. But personally, I don't really think Babonsis swimsuit is great or broken or anything like that. I think she's like kind of underwhelming right now because it's really hard to use her in a way. I do feel like you need to support her with servants that have like buffs or some kind of like debuff effect, because you want that to last longer on enemies. You want the buffs to last longer on your servants. So it's going to be very interesting, and plus she's also like a debuffer as well. So I feel like she might be useful in challenge quests. I just don't know exactly what kind of challenge quest she's going to be useful in. Again, I haven't really checked any gameplay on her or how other players are using her yet, but again, I think she's a very interesting servant, and this right here again is just very interesting to see. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting that they came up with this idea, and hopefully in the future they'll give her some kind of support to to make her better in a team setup, because again, I just don't really know exactly what kind of team setup you probably want to add her in. So I was just thinking about it right now. I mean, I think for sure you can throw in Merlin. I think Merlin actually might be pretty useful with her, especially because, Buster support, he can protect her and everything. So Merlin actually might be a nice support for her. It's just really hard to say who else is gonna be, is gonna pair well with her right now. But I think Merlin is probably servant number 1 as a support. Again, maybe Koyan might be nice. I can definitely see Koyan, of course, because Buster buff. But yeah, it's just really hard to say what kind of team setups are there. But I definitely want to see challenge quests. I want to see some challenge quests gameplay with her, because I feel like that's gonna show us exactly what she can do. But again, I don't think what we have now is gonna help her, or it's not gonna bring out the best of her. So hopefully again in the future we'll see some support that will do that for her. But yeah, that's basically going to be about it. Thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.